All right, now we're going to cover the actual contact. Oops, I'm sorry. I'm going to start from the invoice tab here. We're going to cover the contact log tab. This has changed quite a little bit. The format's basically the same, but there's a few changes here I want to go over with you. So as we jump to the contact log, and this is a very crucial tab here. Obviously, this is where you input your follow-up with all your MCAs, and as you input this information here, so I'm just hovering here by AFR reviews. As you input these dates, this information populates to all the other tabs, so it'll calculate those reports like the dashboard report. So, and also it'll tell you, you'll see this purple here, and I'll go over that. But quickly, what you've got here, we basically got the same thing here. All your information, the angel that it's for, will populate here. You've got a quick summary here for your contact types, and then also your loss carried forward, what they actually mean. And then you've got the same thing here again, is your how many people have you contacted in week 1, how many AFR reviews did you do, royalty exceptions, so on and so forth. But what's nice here is you can kind of see it's shaded a little bit. It's like a tan color, and it's locked. I cannot click in those cells. What's nice is as you input these dates here, so when you say I completed this, it's going to calculate how many you did in week 1, week 2, week 3, all the way through week 5. So you no longer have to go through here and manually count these up and see how many you did. So that'll automatically calculate for you. The only ones you're going to have to do is how many did you contact, which is this column over here. And the reason why this does not automatically calculate is because usually you're contacting them 3 or 4 times a month, so you're going to change this date sometimes. So if I change this, I could no longer have a formula that told me when this actually happened here. So it's going to overwrite the previous contact. So you're going to have to manually update how many you contact in each of those categories. And same here for the 90-day and 30-day follow-up. So you'll that's the 90-day and then 30-day as you input those in here. And the reason again for that is because when you do one, we want to leave the date in there for future months so you can quickly reference when the last time one was done. So that's why those are going to be manually entered in here. So that will fill up. You've got all of your same information here: market center number, region, name, MCA name, contact number. You can paste all that information in here. So let's say you're in your old file and you want to copy and paste all that information. You go to your old file, highlight it, hit Control-C for copy, and then if you came in here, what you want to do is do not paste it in here. When you paste it in here, it also pastes the format and it changes some of the formulas that we have in here. You want to do a paste special, and then when you click on that, it gives you a couple options here, and you're going to do the values. You're just going to paste the values of those cells. You're not going to paste anything else. You're not going to paste the formulas, the format, anything. You just want the value to go in there. So that's all you're going to do if you did not want to manually, and I know nobody wants to manually re-enter all that information. So you can do that for these columns in this dark gray, almost a black. You can do that. The rest you cannot copy and paste in. That's one thing. Do not copy and paste from this column. Like one thing that you may want to do, like if you do an AFR and royalty reviews on the same day all the time for each person, is copy this and paste it over here. If you do that, it will change some of the formulas. What we've got in here is we've got this call to action color again is purple, and basically it's set in each column to, after we get to past week 4, if you don't have a date in here, it's going to turn purple for royalty and AFR and also your phone calls. So if it gets past week 4 in each one of those columns, you're going to get this purple color here where you don't have values, basically alerting you to, hey, you need to complete this activity. And it's quickly for us to for the guardian angels to review, to be able to see what areas that they can help you with or not. So that it's going to be more visually enhancing, so you can see the activities you need to complete. And the reason why this is purple right here is because the loss carry forward, since that's something that comes out right away, we kind of want you on top of, we've set that one to be as of week 2. If that activity is not complete, it'll turn purple here and let you know, hey, to complete that activity. And I am past week 2, and that all automatically generates based on the starting date of this timesheet. So I put that in here. Now if I would go and say, okay, I completed that on 9/10, the purple goes away in this square. But once I put a value in here, the purple is going to come up here saying, hey, okay, you did review it. Now what actually happened? What was the result of your review? Do they have loss carried forward option 1, 2, or 3? Are they in reinstatement, or basically none? Once I put a value in here, that purple will go away. So it will constantly alert you if you put something in a field with a purple color saying, okay, to complete this activity. And that would be the same down here. If I was going to contact my Market Center 406, contacted her on the 15th, as soon as I put a value in there, the purple pops up here saying, okay, yeah, you contacted her. What happened? Did you? And here's the breakdown here: a phone call, and that's up here. You can reference what a PC means. An LM, left a message, or an NA, not available. Maybe you called them. They don't have voicemail. You didn't leave a voicemail. They weren't available, and you really want to talk to them, so you didn't leave a message. You just put NA down. And that way you can come through here. And so if you got some NAs, you're still going to want to maybe do some follow-up with them and get in contact with them for the month. But all the categories up top here are still the same. We just changed it and made it a little bit easier and limited your selection. So we want to keep everybody on the same plane here. Some people were entering in different information in these fields. So we've now limited with drop-down menus. So when you put in information, you only have certain options to input in there. So that is all of that. Again, over here on the note cards as well. And as you see these boxes that have the red triangles up top, so if you're wondering why this purple showing up here, you can hover your mouse over the category and it'll tell you. Input the date, you've completed it. If it gets past week 2, there will be, and I've got pink on there, I'll change that, but I had pink and they told me not to use that. But we now have the purple in there, and so I'll change that verbiage. But that'll tell you why you're getting that color there. So simply hover your mouse over any of those. You've got one up here. We've got a cash worksheet, which I'll go over. If you have not completed your cash worksheet by week 4, a big message here will pop up saying, hey, complete your cash worksheet. And also, a cool thing too is if it gets past week 2, basically Thursday of week 2, once Friday, 12:01 Friday morning comes along, if you have not input, when you wake up that next morning, you open up your timesheet to send it into your Guardian, it is going to require that you input this information. It's going to basically alert you, say, hey, please complete. So you can simply say, okay, I contacted 59 and I did 1 review. Once you input that information, that goes away. And you got your drop down menus here, which I think we covered, and basically that is it. So you can scroll down as you add a market center here. So if I added a new market 875, instantly the purple is going to start showing up here saying, okay, review of loss carried forward. So that information, once you put a value in over here, it will start calculating, say, okay, I got to start monitoring that line item, making sure that these activities get completed. So you can add up, I believe I have it up to 110 market centers that you guys can add. So as we grow the division, we may change it, but for right now, that should accommodate everybody. And then again, if you have any questions on any of the other tabs, watch the training videos on those or email your Guardian on that.